Now, if we think about it, we're not born as friends of God because we're born as sinful offspring of Adam. Actually, if we think about it, we're born as enemies of God. Sometimes you'll hear people say of a little baby, "Look at that little angel." But more accurate would be to say, "Look at that little enemy of God."
What are you talking about?
What's going on, everybody? This is Jehovah's Truth, and today I want to review a video by a channel that I absolutely, truly love, okay? This channel is called, let me pull it up, Awaken Truths. They have very many good videos. I'm going to scroll down here a little bit. Yeah. They just did one recently with J-Ron B, or Jerron B. I keep saying J-Ron. But it's called Reinstated Apostate Jerron Life After Watchtower. Honestly, this channel here, Jerron B, let me look for it real quick. Jerron B. There. Jerron Bitten. Real good channel. Has plenty of educational videos. He has 216 videos, actually. So, yeah, give him a good look. He did one really good about Jonestown. But, yeah, like I said, I'm going to do a review on a video from Awaken Truths. Exit out of here real quick. This video is called Jehovah's Witnesses Manipulate Friendship Part 2, A Bad Association. So we're going to go ahead and play this. And then once I do, I'm going to give you my review on it. They gave me permission. In fact, let me show you proof of this. So, most recent video, let's see, was, actually, let me go to the notifications, because that's where it was. So, I'm going to scroll down here. Come on. We should be getting closer. Come on. Nope. Should be up some. Should be in your Jerron's comment somewhere. Alright. So I commented on Reinstated Apostate Jerron. Hey, this goes out to my brother Jerron B and Awaken Truths. Do you all mind if I do a review on each of your guys' videos? I truly enjoy your content. Awaken Truths gives me permission by saying don't mind at all. Send us your review. We would love to watch it. Awesome sauce. And Jerron says, guys, thanks once again for having me on one of your channels. I love you too, both of them. Jason Tatum voice, oh my god, we did it. Yeah. And then I said, just go down here. You're my brother. Keep it up. Keep up the amazing work. Jerron says, thank you, my brother. Directing it to me. Alright, so we're going to watch this video here. It's called Jehovah's Witnesses Manipulate Friendship Part 2. I'm going to tell you what I feel is wrong or right about it. Let's give it a go, and I'll let you guys know my honest opinion about it. My daughters are playing out here at the park right now.
Welcome, friends, to JW Frogcast. We are here once again as your favorite governing body members selected by Jehovah himself. Your favorite brother, you heard me, and we also have...
Brother, let me get $1.
Oh my god, this is perfect for governing body members. You heard me. Basically, you do what we say without question, and brother, let me have $1 is basically guilt tripping Jehovah's Witnesses into giving them money. It's a big thing. They say, hey, we don't solicit for funds, but they do. They do. That's what the the resolution is for. That's exactly what it's for. Soliciting for funds. Cameron, I'm trying to make a video here, please. Thank you.
And we want to warn the friends about the rise of
Yes.
apostasy, don't we?
Yes, we do.
We do. So let's make sure we always go to jw.org and see what Jehovah has to say.
To the website.
All right, let's go back to the liquor store.
Okay. So yes, the governing body do direct everybody that is Jehovah's Witness to go to the website itself and not look at any outside sources. But also they mentioned the liquor store, which Anthony Morris, I'm pretty sure I saw a video of him going to, buying very expensive whiskey. I don't know if it was McCarty, but I know it was very, very expensive whiskey, and this gentleman, whether he knew him or not, was asking him about it. Obviously, he knew him very well because he was making a video about him. But yeah, this is funny. I like this. I'm gonna try to do a try not to laugh. All right, that's what I'm gonna do. A try not to laugh challenge. Okay, guys, try not to laugh.
Welcome back, YouTube, for part 2.
Yes, we are back with y'all, and we are excited. What are we going to talk about today?
All right, so last time we talked about how manipulating the friendships are being friends with a Jehovah's Witness, but there was a second part. Being inside the congregation is like there's levels to this. So you got...
Hold on. If you haven't seen part 1 of this, go watch part 1. I've seen part 1, but I thought part 2 would be more appropriate to review, simply because... What is this? No, I don't want any of this. Okay. Yeah, part 2 is pretty good too. I watched and listened to both of them while I was at work, and part 2 really got to me. So, especially the intro, the governing body members. Watch part 1, please.
The way that you are picky with your friends outside the hall, because you're not supposed to do that, so you would think, all right, so if I become a Jehovah's Witness, I'm good, right?
That's what you would think.
Yeah, wrong.
As long as we serve the same God, we should be fine, right?
You would think, but no. That's not how it works.
Yeah.
So let's look into it.
Okay, brothers and sisters, this is your favorite brother, Let Me Get $1, and we are going to go to the website. And don't you guys forget, do not search up anything else on any other platform but jw.org.
That's right.
Okay, so the first thing that I think we need to look at is to see what Watchtower says about friends.
All right.
Okay.
What we got for them then?
So in this article, it says, doesn't matter who your friends are. Helpful facts that young people want to know. So first paragraph, it says.
All right. Before she starts, I would have to say, according to Jehovah's Witnesses, yeah, it really does matter who your friends really are, because if they're not Jehovah's Witnesses or devout Jehovah's Witnesses who put the organization first, they're not your friends. That includes worldly people. They are not your friends one bit. They're enemies.
Having friends is one of the things that contributes most to the joy of living. People who isolate themselves and shun others are never really happy. What is there about companionship that adds so much to our happiness?
And this is what is very important about what they call apostate lies.
I will have to say, the fact that they said shunning people doesn't make people happy, that's exactly, that's the very thing that they do when they shun their members, when they kick them out. I'm a victim of it. I've been a victim of it. I mean, like, knowingly for 3 years, unknowingly for 3 years. So 6 years total. I get that. It's a real thing.
Apostate literatures, apostate videos. When you watch these videos, we are not typing up and making up articles.
Our own literature.
No.
Never.
Ever. All we do is say, all right,
jw.org.
jw.org, or the stuff they tried to sweep under the rug, and we go, hey, look what they said. So as you all seen, we'll put it on the screen again. Right where it points out, people who isolate themselves and shun others are never really happy.
This is straight from them.
That's them. All right, so now that we all on the same page, even you witnesses sneaking and watching this.
My wife's carrying out a couch. You guys got this? Yeah. All right. Hey. Huh? I love your glasses. Come here and say hi. Come here and say hi, babe. Cameron. Clover. Come here. Come here. Come here, say hi. Alright, they ain't saying hi.
Stuff. Don't say that we telling lies.
Go look up the article.
Look that up. So now that we noticed this paragraph, we're going to go to another one in another article, and we're going to point out some more things brought out by Jehovah's Witnesses.
Yeah. Okay, so we did all see, plain as day, that they said they don't shun others, right?
Right? We seen it.
Okay, we seen it. All right.
Yeah.
So,
Alright,
let's go.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. When I heard that doorbell ring, I was at work, and I thought it was my doorbell, and that stuff freaked me out. I'm like, wait a minute, somebody's at the door already. But then I realized I was at work. So,
What are you
doing
doing?
a review?
Can you help us for a second?
Yeah, I can help you. You guys give me a second. Alright, let's go do this.
Where should I stand? On this side or that side? Is this the heavy side? Take lots of breaks.
My God. Just had to throw a entire pull-up couch in the trash. Alright, here we go.
To another article. Do Jehovah's Witnesses shun those who used to belong to their religion? Let's read it.
Yes, they do. I used to belong to the religion. My mom refuses to talk to me. I haven't read this article before, so let's see what it has to say.
Let's read it. First two paragraphs. Those who are baptized as Jehovah's Witnesses but no longer preach to others, perhaps even drifting away from association with fellow believers, are not shunned. In
Lies.
fact, we reach out to them and try to rekindle their spiritual interest. BS.
Cap.
We do not automatically disfellowship someone who commits a serious sin. If, however, a baptized witness makes a practice of breaking the Bible's moral code and does not repent, he or she will be shunned or disfellowshipped. The Bible clearly states, remove the wicked man from among yourselves. We need to talk about this.
All right, let's stop.
Yes,
So
please.
I don't even know what part to bring out. I like how they try to twist it as if people are only disfellowshipped if they want to be disfellowshipped, pretty much.
That's what
or
they're
if they're
saying. Or
unrepentant.
if they're doing it multiple times. But
Yeah, that's true. That's the way they're spinning it. People who willfully do these things that are serious sin, they're the ones who get disfellowship. But that ain't true. That ain't true. It can't be, because the second time I found out I was disfellowshipped, I had a motorcycle wreck and hit my head pretty hard. And I forgot a lot of things, and being disfellowshipped was one of them. Apparently, I fornicated one time, and they canned me for it. Like, what? These guys disfellowshipped me because I fornicated, a.k.a. got married to a worldly woman.
all of us know the actual reality of it, and that we all know of multiple accounts, maybe even ourselves have been the victim of it. But messing up one time and you going and telling them what happened or whatever, and you leave the judgment into these brothers' hands, and they decide if you get disfellowshipped or not. It's not about making a practice.
1 second. There's a parrot in the background, or a parakeet. Don't know which one it is, but that's kind of cool.
Of anything, because you literally could have done something one time and you get in forever trouble about it or get disfellowshipped, and it follows you everywhere that you go. It's like on your publisher card.
It is.
Yeah.
That is bogus how they try to point that out. And even the fact that somebody is coming forward to say, I'm sorry about this.
Yes.
That
shows repentance.
That's repentance. And then coming and saying, I want to talk to the brothers and meeting with you, and then saying, you know what? We decided this fellowship. And the fact that that person could be sad.
Jerome B and Awaken Truths. This is my oldest little one here. Say hi. Wave. Come on. Come on, wave. Say hello. Hi, y'all. Alright. Alright, you can go. Go, mommy. Thank you. Oh, you want to sit here? Okay. Yeah, you can sit here and watch.
About it.
Yep.
That is common sense that this person feels remorse.
Exactly. And I think some of the PMOs or other people can also comment about this, but like in the elders manual, I don't know, because I've never been an elder, but I feel like there has to be some kind of criteria in there for people who do get disfellowshipped, because a lot of it has to do with who knows what all happened? Who knows what went down? Like, was there a crowd of people? Was there other Jehovah's Witnesses involved? And if like the answers to these questions is yes, 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 then that makes or break it for you.
I'll be honest with you, like they asked me all these questions, the elders did. I got surrounded by 3 elders one time when I was disfellowshipped with my ex-wife. They asked me all this stuff, and I said no, but they still disfellowshipped me because I was not willing to change. But they ask you all this stuff.
On whether you get disfellowshipped or reproved in private versus public reproof. We all know that being on the inside. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it also can be who you are and who your family is, because there's a lot of favorites.
Yes, that is so true. I actually feel like, I think I expressed this in one of our other videos, but the witnesses at our hall always used to say that like me and my family, we were some of the favorites. And it would be an ongoing thing, and I don't think that I really saw it until I did go through the what's it called process, like the reproof process and everything like that, because I feel like if it was somebody else who would have done the same thing, they would have been boom, immediately disfellowshipped. You know what I'm saying? But because of who you might have ties to within the religion, or we were like really close friends with one of the coordinating elder or whatever, and we were always close to him, so favoritism does come out. Like, you can't act like it doesn't. We're humans, you know? And I know of other situations where somebody does something wrong one time and they
out the door.
Yeah, they get disfellowshipped for it. And then they'll try to write their letter. It happened to you too. Write their letter in, boom, no, not accepted. Boom, not accepted. Or another person can write their letter in one time after multiple years. It's like, yeah, you're ready.
And that's it.
Yeah,
it was a congregation on the outskirts of Dayton called Miamisburg, and it was known for slaps on the wrist.
Okay, hold to say that I have to agree. I'm assuming that they're talking about the letters of restatement, but I turned in a letter not months ago, and they told me that no, you gotta be here more. I'm like, wait, what? I've been going through all this stuff all this time. They were like, no, you gotta be here. You gotta start over, and basically that it has to. You can't miss any meetings at all. That was my criteria for being reinstated, and then I was, but it was grueling because I had to make time for everything.
People at that hall, that was the first time I ever heard of somebody, a sister getting pregnant and not getting this fellowship.
Yeah.
You know, because at our hall, that was, you get pregnant automatically. There was nobody getting reproof for that. But out there, the sister got put on reproof. It was people out there that got disfellowship for a few months and was right back.
Months.
It was people that had been doing stuff for years, might get on reproof, get in trouble again, get reproof again, and then like myself, I got in trouble one time and was disfellowship. So it's all like this stuff.
It's all like who you know. It's just like any other corporation where you're moving up in the ladder. You know, it's about who you know that's on the inside. And for elders' kids and stuff like that, like they definitely get multiple slaps on the wrist. And I really feel like their parents be telling them like, well, you know, you expressed it to me, so you don't have to go and, you know, have to tell the other elders. You told me.
Based on what this beautiful couple is saying, I don't know whether or not they're from my area. They seem like they're from the Ohio region, but I'm from Toledo. So this sounds like a congregation around Toledo that is a slap of a wrist congregation, because Toledo congregations, they're not as hard as other congregations like Montpelier or Napoleon or Swanton. Nothing like that. I mean, like, that's all in Ohio. I mean, that's all where I've ever lived. So I'm just saying.
That's close enough.
Yeah.
It gets tricky. We'll jump back into this little article. We'll finish the last two paragraphs because after this, you know, we about to flip it around and show you the hypocrisy coming from them.
Yeah.
So look at this. It says, what of a man who is disfellowship, but whose wife and children are still Jehovah's Witnesses? The religious ties he had with his family changed, but blood ties remain.
No.
The marriage relationship and normal family affections and dealings continue. Disfellowship individuals may attend our religious service if they wish. They may also receive spiritual counsel from congregation elders. The goal is to help each individual once more to qualify to be one of Jehovah's Witnesses. Disfellowship people who reject improper conduct and demonstrate a sincere desire to live by the Bible's principles are always welcome to become Jehovah's Witnesses again. Now let's go back into this paragraph, because this is how tricky Jehovah's Witnesses, the writers and the governing body, are. So if you see where it says disfellowship individuals may still attend our religious services. If you're not a witness, you think, okay, well, that's not bad. Disfellowship, but you can still come to the service. All right, cool. But if you have been a Jehovah's Witness or you are one, you know how disfellowship people are treated.
Exactly.
Right, in the apartment.
In the hall. So you come to the hall, nobody is talking to you. People are not even looking at you, making eye contact. The only people that do that are the ones that's not following the rules, that might smile, that really rock with you. But they got to be sneaky about it, because you'll get in trouble. I remember I got in trouble for sitting in the same aisle with my disfellowship cousin along with my uncle and the rest of us. And one of the elders had the nerve to ask me, you weren't talking to your cousin, were you?
Okay, hold on. Okay. I will have to agree with this 100%. I was disfellowshipped, like I said, for 3 years when I committed adultery with my ex-wife. But after I was reinstated, I hung out with my youngest brother, and that young man was actively talking to an apostate. But at that time, I had no idea what an apostate was. Okay, his apostate friend was named Andrew. We helped him put a muffler, a manifold on top of his in his motorcycle. We were up there. I rode up there. My oil light came on. We were in Napoleon. And my brother, I'm not going to give you his name or anybody. You know, I will, because who cares? His name is Reuben. all right, my brother Ruben, because my brother Ruben doesn't talk to me right now, even though I know for a fact he's talked to an open apostate. His name is Andrew. What was his last name? And I know I studied with Andrew's uncle. I think his name was Mike. But Andrew is a known apostate, and my brother Ruben was talking to him all the time, always hanging out with him. Ruben told me he was reproved for something, never told me what it was for, but publicly reproved, which is worse than being privately. But yeah, my brother Ruben talking to an open apostate, and yet shunning me now for something. It just hurts so much. It doesn't make any sense. Aren't apostates worse than anybody who's disfellowshipped? But, the governing body labels them all the same.
For one, I wasn't talking to her, and if I was, it ain't none of your business.
Right.
Yeah.
Mind your business.
So this is how
your family affairs should continue, right?
Right. Ain't
Just
that what
as
they
normal.
say?
That's what they said.
Yeah.
Yep.
So no. Now, when you come into this congregation as a Jehovah's Witness, they paint it like, oh, you still get to participate in the songs. It's not like we singing like this together. No,
Right.
you are. Most people don't want to sit by you.
No.
They don't talk to you the whole time. They don't look.
You are directed, and you are directed indirectly into the box of shame. The box of shame is basically the back of the Kingdom Hall, not the library, but the other side where they do all the small talks for the ministry school, which I was a part of. I don't know if they do it anymore, but yeah, the box of shame. That's what my sister Monica calls it, the box of shame. That's where you sit, so everyone doesn't stare at you like you're some sort of disgusting filth.
Look at you. Some people even take it to the extent, like for me, people wouldn't hold the door when I was behind them.
That's ridiculous.
It gets to that, so don't try to paint it like, oh, you're still.
They're still welcome. It's not welcome anymore. You don't feel welcome because, for one, everybody is looking at you and they know that you're disfellowshipped. They know that you're there. So a lot of times you're trying to be like the fly on the wall whenever you're coming back. Because whenever my mom was disfellowshipped and we were starting to go back to the Kingdom Hall, our exclusive place to sit was in the back room, and we would just roll up the blinds. And me and my sister weren't disfellowshipped. We weren't even baptized yet. You know what I'm saying? But we all sat in the back room, and as soon as that prayer was done, we were out.
Yep, you
out immediately. And it's crazy because looking back, we would feel some kind of happiness when one of the elders would come running up behind us and say, hey, it's so nice to see you at the meeting today, and offer those types of words of encouragement. But in reality, this whole thing is effed. That shouldn't be a thing. It shouldn't be a thing to have to feel that way going into a place of worship.
Yeah, especially like you said at the end, is praying you out. Now people, this is the thing they leave out. When you are disfellowship and you leaving, is people mingling and talking in the aisles, and you can't talk to people, and you have to awkwardly scoop your way all the way through all these people to get out the door to get.
Bro, yeah, I agree. I agree with you. For real. Before I was reinstated first time, I've been thinking about getting reinstated a second time. But when I was reinstated the first time, that's what I did. Excuse me. At the end of the Kingdom Hall, me and my sister were there. I bob and weave out. Try to avoid everybody because it's painful. It's awkward and painful. Nobody wants to talk to you. It's just absolutely terrible.
To your car and leave, or even if it's a convention or assembly where it's lunch in the middle of it, you have to wiggle through thousands of people to get outside, because chances are you got to eat by yourself in your car. Yeah.
We used to go to my grandma's house because she lived close to the assembly hall. So we would just go there for lunch, which really we weren't supposed to because she was a witness. But they did say family affairs should continue, right? Blood ties remain the same, which is also not the truth. How many people do we know that don't even speak to their own family anymore because they are disfellowshipped? And they try to point out in here, they're literally just saying if a man is disfellowshipped and they still have wife and kids, but you have more family than just wife and kids.
Right.
You have You could have a husband, you could have cousins,
You got
aunts,
siblings.
uncles, grandparents, you know, and
Yeah.
the truth is you're not supposed to talk to them anymore.
No, and they create rules inside the rules to where if you all live in the same house, you can kind of still talk.
Yeah.
But if a family member, it gets to some family members kick family out, kick their kids out if they get disfellowshipped, and now they're not talking.
Exactly. I mean, like, what about Cat Williams? I'm pretty sure I saw an interview with Cat Williams. He was talking about how he's a Jehovah's Witness and his dad kicked him out when he was 14 because he didn't have the same beliefs. He just simply didn't believe, and they kicked him out. Cat Williams was forced to struggle. I mean, he had a couple G's on him, but being without your family is rough. It really is.
To them.
Exactly.
Same with parents. Or you might have a disfellowship mom or dad, and now you look at them a different way. You don't look at them as, you know, this is somebody Jehovah cares about, or this is somebody just under Jehovah's protection.
Yep.
Now it's like, all right, now I don't have to take your advice because even though you're my parent, you did something bad that this cult said you couldn't do. So now I don't respect you the same.
Yeah, and you carry that with you, like, oh, I don't respect you because you're not on my level. I'm doing what Jehovah wants me to do, and you're not. You know, like that's the energy that comes with it. It's so funny how up in the first paragraph it said that baptized Jehovah's Witnesses who are no longer preaching or are drifting away from association with believers are not shunned. They literally italicized not. And
But that's a lie because, like, if you don't preach and you're not a exemplary Jehovah's Witness, you will be softly shunned by everybody you know, especially close family members, because according to the governing body, you are bad association. You are. Like, for instance, if I told my sister that, hey, you know, I'm not going out, what are they? Letter writing. Yeah, that's what we used to do and during the pandemic. But if I said to my sister, yeah, you know, I'm not letter writing anymore, she'd be like, oh no, sir, you are gone. 100%. My mom, no, you are not spiritual. You have lost your faith. You have lost your trust in Jehovah and his organization. It is that bad. It is that bad. If you slack any, you'll be labeled as bad association, and your family will shun you, not let alone the entire congregation.
said they are not shunned. Why are they lying?
Well, we about to show them why they lying.
We have expressed this multiple times. Both of us, neither one of us are technically disfellowshipped, okay?
Right.
But listen, are we shunned?
Are we shunned? And the next article will pretty much flip this one upside down.
Yeah, let's go. Okay, so for this next part of the video, we are just going to go back into the Choose Friends Who Love God Watchtower Little Study Edition. If you haven't seen our part 1 to this video, check it out. It's the video posted right before this.
Yep.
So just like we said in that video, Jehovah's Witnesses are really not allowed to have worldly friends.
Yeah.
So they even have to be extremely picky within the congregation, okay? People who are not worldly. So we're going to go into paragraph 12. It says, in the congregation, we can learn from our brothers and sisters and help one another to stay faithful. But even in the congregation, we need to be careful about who we choose to be our close friends. We have a wonderful variety of brothers and sisters from many cultures and backgrounds. Some are new to the congregation, while others have been serving Jehovah for many years. It takes time for a person's relationship with Jehovah to grow, just as it takes time for a fruit to ripen. So we need to show patience and love to one another and always choose our friends wisely.
Now this is like, all right, I thought all I had to do was preach, like it said earlier in this article, those who follow Jesus' principles and preach the good news are acceptable friends. So it's like, all right, now that I joined this organization, this truth, and I'm knocking on doors, I should be good. Now it's like, whoa, now that you're here, it's like, wait, there's more. And it's like, dang, I got more I gotta do.
And this is what's so frustrating about Jehovah's.
Hey, Lincoln, you want to say hi to the YouTube community? You gotta come over here, dude. It's over here, bro.
Hello.
This is my bro, Lincoln.
Hello. Hi. Oh, you
My
forgot
wife,
to
Jessie.
mention me.
No, I didn't forget. Still doing a review on this. Why'd you pat me on the back?
witnesses in the organization is that sadly many of the people who follow the organization are weak-minded.
Judah.
And if you're not weak-minded, then you're considered one of the people who are like bad association.
Yep.
That because
About
you have an
halfway
opinion
through
for
this.
yourself, okay?
Yeah.
And you hold steady to your opinion without other people affecting that.
Yeah.
They do not like that because they want everybody to be almost robotic and to just follow what they say.
Yeah, that's
So
all
just
they
like
want.
it says later in this paragraph where it says some are new to the congregation and it takes time for a person's relationship with Jehovah to grow.
Yep.
No, baby. It takes time for a person to be indoctrinated, okay?
Brainwashed.
Yes.
Yep.
So they don't want people who are just coming in to be, for you to be close friends with them. So even if you're supposed to like be able to take somebody under your wing, but if you ever notice, it's like a very spiritual seeming person that takes that person that's just coming in under their wing.
Yep, that pioneer, that elder.
Yes.
Yep,
The
they-
one that is like everything, exemplary.
Oh,
yeah, that's who they want.
I agree. My experience were Bethelites. I was Bible trained by Bethelites. Jehovah's Witnesses. And I remember one time I was sitting at my dad's house and I was playing Need for Speed Underground 2. I love that game. I was playing it on the original Xbox, and my dad didn't care. My dad let us play Mortal Kombat, Splinter Cell, a lot of things. Burnout. I love Burnout.
Oh, I thought that was a dead bird. Sorry.
That bird.
Yeah, it kind of looked like something smashed up.
That looked like a puddle, or that.
Ooh, let's see.
Anyways, yeah, my dad let me play Burnout, but other than that, yeah, I was playing Need for Speed Underground 2 one day. My Bethelite Bible teacher came to my house, saw me playing it, and as soon as I crashed into another oncoming car, he was like, is that Jehovah? Is that the kind of game that Jehovah wants you to play? Does he want you to play a game where it causes violence? I'm like, well, I mean, like, it's just a video game where, a car may crash into another car. There's no one in this car except for an NPC. He said, excuse me, whether it's an NPC or not, Jehovah hates violence. And I just kind of thought to myself, wow, this sucks. I can't even play a racing game. What am I supposed to play? Counting Sand 3? It's ridiculous. Or Halo Peace and Love? I'm like, my goodness, dude, what do you want from me? But he's a nice guy for the most part.
Want to brainwash the new people.
Yep.
Yep.
And because then they'll get the best candidate for their brainwashing and
Yep.
everything.
And this is the person you want to be like.
Yep.
You want to be super brainwashed like this person, and you're not there yet. So we need the best of the best
Yes.
to kind of brainwash you.
And I remember even
I will have to pause this here. I would have to agree with this gentleman here. You have to be brainwashed in order to be a Jehovah's Witness. You can't be somebody who has a brain of critical thinking on you. You have to be a lifeless husk in order to be a Jehovah's Witness. They have to fill you with their propaganda, and you have to be satisfied. Always be satisfied. It's a terrible thing, I think, for the most part. But the only reason why I feel this way is because I watched a talk from David Splain that was talking about the Book of Job and about how, in order for your ears to test, your tongue test words like the ears test words. And I'm like, wait a minute, doesn't that mean your ears? Excuse me. Do not the ears taste words as the tongue tastes food? The words have to enter your ears just like the food has to enter your tongue. I'm like, bro, that's what that means. And he said, no, it doesn't. You just only consider the source. And I'm like, no. It's just... David Splain is by far one of the most unintelligent governing body members I've ever seen in my life. Stephen Lett happens to be the most enthusiastic about the false cause.
times where the pioneer sister who did take that person under their wing, they're like, yeah, make sure that you make so-and-so feel welcome. She's like new here. But if you would go and try to actually make a friendship with them on your own, it was kind of like weary, like, oh, I don't want you to influence her. I don't want her to influence you. She has a lot going on at home, and da-da-da. It was like a whole story.
Yeah.
And it was never just like, we can vibe,
That's it. And then on top of that, it's very unlikely outside of the study and the religion that elder is going to be hanging out with this study, out kicking it. We ain't about to be, he coming to the house, we chilling. That's because
so
he's bad association. He's not quite there yet. Or even dating.
Yep.
This person, you can't be in a relationship fresh into the congregation
and
like
be
that.
You can't start dating as soon as you become a witness.
Not somebody
that's
that got
frowned upon.
Yeah, somebody that got a super title.
Yeah, I would have to agree with this. When my ex-wife was a witness for a long time. She was baptized, and I started dating her before I was baptized. And after we were married, I became baptized, and I realized how absolutely shady the entire organization was. At that point, I mean, I didn't start waking up at that point, but I thought things were off. Like, for instance, she told me about this gentleman named Joey that was obsessed with her. My ex-wife's name is Marlia, but this guy was absolutely obsessed with her, and his name was Joey. And I remember one time I was in Rossford, Ohio, and we went swimming. And as we went swimming, Joey pulled me to the side and said, "Hey, you want to see my tattoo?" And I said, "Sure, bro." He was a baptized Jehovah's Witness, and he lifted up the back of his shirt, and this giant tramp stamp. I swear it was a tramp stamp up the half of his back. It was a fiery bird. I'm like, this dude is a flamer. There is no way. There is no way. There is no way. And he taught. I'm going to just stop there. This is part 1 of the review for Awaken Truths. There will be a part 2. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think. Love this channel. You guys have a good one.